Already, here we go now. Everybody hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. All thumbs up, all thumbs up. Oh, my thing is here. I heard myself, sorry.
Oh my god.
Uncle Awkward.
What's up, guys?
I
My
have to
Fitbit,
say
in
hi,
case
hold on.
anyone is wondering.
Yeah, they're like,
What's
what
up?
is that? What is that?
That's a Fitbit.
It's a Fitbit. So, like, I sit down all day at work, and I have to, make sure I walk. So I've hit 7,000 steps today, guys.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm actually
Nice.
really surprised about that.
I
I'm not
have
gonna
no
lie.
idea how many
It
steps I
just
did.
looks like a thermometer to me.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
A
just gonna
boob
stick it here
thermometer.
so it's not, like,
It's a boob
sticking out and
thermometer.
weird. Hello,
Welcome,
guys.
Erni.
Welcome to the Watchtower. Not Fitbit Tower.
No, yeah.
Where we cover everything DC. Right now, the biggest...
What I like to call it?
What do you like to call it,
I like to
Daniel?
call the Watchtower an interactive Arrowverse live discussion.
Arrowverse.
Interactive Arrowverse live discussion. Why is it the Arrowverse?
Because that's what they call the.
It all
DC
started
on
with
CW.
Arrow.
It all started with Arrow.
So they considered all the Arrowverse.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I'm just
I
getting
didn't
into
know
it. And
that.
it's
How
like,
fun.
so welcome to our interactive live Arrowverse discussion. Huh?
I like
Yeah,
it.
and something
Sure.
like that. Yeah.
I'm
Or
cool with
Arrowverse,
that.
interactive live
Just
yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, but
Maybe we
that's
should
what we are.
change
We're
the
Watchtower.
name to the Arrowverse discussion. What do you think?
But then it's not clever.
Yeah, but
I
It's
know,
not clever
it's not clever
anymore,
anymore.
like the Watchtower.
But then people like with Gingerdale, people don't know what it is. So like we stopped using Gingerdale except for on the thumbnail. So like,
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? Like,
Oh shoot.
I confuse a regular show with the name Gingerdale.
The name Gingerdale?
Yeah, so did you watch Gingerdale the other day? Or I haven't watched that
I
show
know.
yet.
I
They're
had
like, what are you
people-
talking about? And
You're
I was
like, what?
Oh,
I had people
Riverdale.
asking me because I was like promoting it on Facebook, and they were like, "Sarah, what is this Gingerdale show? What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's my Riverdale after show." And I went on a whole spiel, and they're like, "Oh, well, why don't you just call it that?" I'm like,
No, because Riverdale.
I'm funny.
Archie's a redhead. Think about it, guys.
everyone on that show is a redhead, like
Yeah,
90% of the
exactly.
cast.
You
Ginger
could just call it the Riverdale after show.
Yeah, but
There were, like,
Gingerdale is
other
clever.
after
Then it
show
wouldn't be
places,
clever.
and it's boring.
The DC lineup after show.
We'll play with it. Give us
All
your
right,
suggestions in the comments below.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should start off with a little bit of news. DC news.
Tell us what this big news is that I keep hearing about.
Should we
There's a
introduce
lot of
ourselves
DC news.
first?
Yeah, we should actually.
If you don't know me already, shame on you.
Well,
Well, if you don't know what
it's
you
not like
need
we
to
put
do,
lower thirds on this
yeah,
thing.
if you don't know what you should do, actually, is click like. That's the first thing you should do. Go ahead and click like, and then let people
I
know
had a whole
that you're
song
watching.
about
this.
it in the beginning.
Exactly.
Click the like button.
So let's start off.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Watchtower. You can find me on all social media at Rogue-tastic. Rogue like the X-Men. Tastic like fantastic. I tend to watch The Flash and Supergirl. I don't watch the other two. Not gonna lie.
It's fine.
And I'm the Journey. Yes, you should know me by now. Like you should.
I like that. That's pretty good.
You should.
You should know him. And hey guys, I'm Daniel, aka Battlestar Galactica. And
Gaptooth Warrior.
oh, I was
Gaptooth
trying to
Warrior.
calm it down and not go for it.
What
You
up,
want me to go?
Battlestar? Wait, what is it? Shoot.
I said, yo, what up, holla at your boy. It's
There it
Daniel, aka the Gaptooth Warrior, aka Battlestar Galactica. You know me as all these things and probably even more. Shout out to me, shout out to you, and let's watch a show.
Might as well just go there.
There you
Might
go.
as well
That's
just go there.
All right, so our CW after show. I guess some people are saying that's what they're calling it. No, Jalen, don't call it the CW after show. It is the Watchtower.
It can't be the CW after show because there's other shows
It's
on
the
the
CW lineup.
Yeah.
It's the CW
Well,
lineup.
yeah, but it's not
CW
the
DC lineup.
lineup.
Okay.
Yeah.
The CW DC
You
lineup.
could just say
Because
DC
otherwise-
on CW. Ooh.
Yeah, after show.
After
Yeah.
show.
But Watchtower
Still,
sounds good. It's just talking about the
I know,
Arrowverse,
it's fun,
guys.
it's clever. We're fun and clever.
It could
Exactly.
be our own little nickname. I'm saying.
Okay.
Or it could have been.
I'm just saying, yeah, the Arrowverse after show.
But we already went and did all the logos.
Yeah, exactly. It's a look. Logos are great, guys, and we love it. We're not changing it. Well, big news in DC. I guess I sent some assets, but I don't know if it's too much.
Now you tell me.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Now you tell me.
I'm sorry.
Hey, this is what we were doing over here. We were organizing. I'm tweeting in case anyone's wondering what's happening
so
over
it's
here.
reading right now. I think of the folder in the whatever.
You want to say hello to the chat real
It
quick?
says DC News.
Okay.
Well, while you do that,
yeah.
I'm going to say, hi, chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Jalen.
Flash. It's
Hi,
there's a
Carlos.
folder
You guys
called
are
DC
awesome.
News.
Ryan, you've changed your name again. Thomas, That's what you're gonna be to me from now on. I'm never gonna say your actual screen name anymore.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say, Ryan, you changed your name again.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Thomas.
There are way too many names.
Andy,
way too many names.
but I don't know how to say your last name. Could you put it in the chat phonetically so I don't sound like a jerk face?
For who?
Andy.
Oh, Andy, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name, but I gotta say shout out to Andy. He has possibly the best podcast that's out right now. It's literally called The Flash Podcast.
Heyo.
Thank you very much. It's such a great discussion. They go into pretty much talking about the Arrowverse just like we do.
Yep.
But there's just an audio form. And I love that podcast. Check it out, guys, if you haven't. Once again, possibly one of the best podcasts you'll ever find. Shout out to you, Andy. Thank you for keeping me entertained and letting me just go ahead and discuss some stuff. But that's shout out to you guys. Who else do we have in our room? You said hey to Jalen,
Yeah.
said to Andy, Carlos.
We have some lurkers that haven't said anything.
Yeah, you guys.
So
it's kind of weird for you to watch.
I can't say hi to you if you don't say anything.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for you to watch and not say anything because then you're just a watcher.
I know. Last week we had a comment from, and I wasn't here, or 2 weeks ago, I wasn't here, and these two fellas took over the show. We had a comment.
It was guys' night.
It was guys' night. So but I do appreciate you incorporating my notes that I sent you.
Right.
Anthony De Dios, he's like, good recap, guys. Also, when they premiere, will you guys also be covering Titans and Young season 3?
Oh,
also,
Young Justice.
hashtag Church of Ernie. Will we be covering those shows? I know. Aren't you happy? Someone hashtagged you. And then I left a bunch of comments because I like to watch and comment at the same time, knowing
it's like I don't know. You know, it's just fun to do though. It is.
Yeah, I had a lot of comments about Wally's hair. It was a thing.
Can we just get over his hair? It's just,
what?
He's gone now, so what's it matter? Larry Newbill, welcome.
He's gone for a little bit.
Just say Andy B.
Yeah.
I will just say Andy B. Danny, you made me blush. You guys are the cooliest.
Hey, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
So what's the first bit of
first bit of news, I guess. Let's talk about saying goodbye to some people. We saw recently that exactly.
We're gonna say goodbye to Wentworth Miller.
Oh, geez, it's so hard to say goodbye to him.
So hard.
But he is gone. He's leaving. He
Bye.
actually put a tweet up. Let's go ahead and show that real quick. He put a tweet up saying, currently shooting some of my final episodes as Captain Cold / Leonard Snart on the CW's Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash. Grateful now and in advance to a pair of talented casts and hardworking crews. Thank you. I've had a tremendous time playing this character. It's been an opportunity, an education, and an effing blast. Wow, with respect, WM. And it's so sad to see him go.
He was my favorite character.
Right?
I swear I loved him so much. His personality, it's just...
I loved him on Flash.
Jeez.
I've started watching DC Legends, and I love him on there. Wentworth, you will be missed.
on.
I hope he's doing something else, and that's kind of what's taking.
I
his
think
time.
Prison Break is going again.
That's right.
So
but then does that
that's
mean
a thing.
is his brother dead on the show too?
Oh, I don't even know.
The fire guy?
Because his brother, the fire
No,
guy.
he's still on Legends of Tomorrow.
He's still
Yeah,
on
that's what I'm
Legends.
saying. But because
no,
his
he's still on
brother,
Legends.
he's
I thought
supposed to
you
be
meant-
going to Prison Break too.
The brother just doesn't
I don't
mind
know.
working. He
He
doesn't
can-
mind going
he
to
can
Canada,
juggle.
and he doesn't mind going to Canada and LA.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind, but Wentworth probably. I don't know. I know he was signed for a multi-show kind of deal thing, so it may be the whole deal with that, and he may be going back, forth, whatever. But it's kind of sad. Sorry to say goodbye to him, but sometimes you have to go. But he will be in the crossover. And
Good. Okay,
speaking
great.
about the crossover, they did release a poster recently.
Ready
That's
for the-
pretty cool news.
Do we know? So we have a poster, but we have a date.
Yeah, actually, it's on the poster. Funny enough,
Hey-o.
November 27th.
Maybe that'll be how they go out for the winter break.
Which I think so. Which is a big, and I'm loving that.
Is it
poster
gonna have
right
all?
now.
It's gonna have all four, right?
It's gonna have all the shows.
Yeah.
All the shows right now. You see it, and of course, we know that the wedding's gonna happen sometime within that crossover. We're hearing rumors, of course, of 2 weddings. Which means maybe Felicity and Oliver. We don't know. So that's kind of interesting.
2 weddings.
Everyone's going to be there, though. I love this so much. Everyone is going to be there. So I'm excited about it. How do you guys feel about the crossover?
Someone's gonna die.
Oh,
You think someone's gonna die?
Or
it's
just
not gonna
one of the
be-
weddings are gonna be successful.
It's not going to be the person that you think it is.
Be one successful wedding.
Still, it's not going to be the person you think that's going to die. Or that you
One
want to die.
successful wedding and one death.
I think Barry's wedding will be great. I think Arrow's wedding may be bad.
Who's the Arrow marrying now?
Felicity still.
They
got back together.
They're back together.
You're ruining my bit of the news.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're back together, by the way.
And speaking of crossovers, let's talk about something that's
I
happening.
liked them together and the little bits. Because I only watched like the first season. I was like, why doesn't he love her?
Wait, you didn't see it in the Flash? You saw the last episode of Flash. Felicity shows up, and then we're like, "What about you and Oliver?
Well,
you
that's
guys
why
ever
I was
gonna?"
confused. And then she's like, well, you know, I thought they were just asking like, would they ever date again? I didn't know they were back together. I'm really excited about that.
Last time I got married, somebody got hit with Nero, and yeah, that's
It's a
because
thing.
of what's her name. But talking about crossovers, let's talk about a big crossover that's going to happen in DCEU, which is The Rock making his first appearance as Black Adam. But it's not the way you expect it.
I like
He's
The Rock.
supposed to make his appearance in Suicide Squad 2.
Oh.
Now, I don't know, a lot of people weren't happy with Suicide Squad, but it made a lot of money, so of course they're doing it too. With that being the case, they're saying according to the way it works out, the story is going to be that the Suicide Squad has to look, they're trying to find a devastating weapon, a weapon that's supposed to be like of nuclear kind of proportion. And with that being the case, with them trying to find that weapon, they find out ultimately in the end, the big twist is that it's Black Adam. So he is the weapon that they are looking for.
Cool.
So that's why he would be in the film. Doesn't mean that he'll be in the beginning. Doesn't mean he'll be in the end. But they're saying that he may be in the film. But
so
this
the
is
Rock
still speculation.
is going to be the weapon.
Whoa.
Okay, no. I hope this is not like another disappointing moment, like what was it, the Scorpion King, where he ends up coming out, the mummy, the Scorpion King, where he comes out in the end, and he's completely CGI. Completely CGI.
Machete. I just remember that, right?
Like he had one little flashback scene where he was himself, and then in the end when he comes out again as a giant scorpion, half body, he was completely CGI. I hope they don't do that with Black Adam.
I don't think they're going to.
They're gonna CGI the suit on him, watch.
Man, no, they're not. They've learned from freaking what's his name, Green Lantern. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. But apparently the story's coming from The Wrap, and I'm not gonna be a horrible person that says take it with a grain of salt. I can't stand that phrase. But it comes from The Wrap. I am sorry. I'm just there's something deeper. But The Wrap says they have two insiders familiar with the idea in the film that say that well apparently he's going to be there, and they gave this breakdown. Now they're not sure how exact or correct this whole thing is. They've interviewed The Rock for a few things and they discussed it. He hasn't confirmed nor denied. He's done a cool Rock thing where it's like, oh, so I heard that you're gonna be your first appearance is gonna be, and he's like, well, my first appearance of Black Adam is gonna be in a very surprising way. Those are his words, literally, and that was it. So you're like, well, what does that mean?
With the eyebrow too, with the eyebrow
lift.
Exactly, and that lift, and they're just like, oh, whatever you say, Dwayne. You know, so that's it. But that's it for news concerning DC right now. And now from the news, let's get into the meat of this show.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to say we got a couple of people that came from the shadows that are no longer silent. Sir Mac, hello and welcome. Larry Newbo, hello and welcome. Tom Craven, hello and welcome. Everyone, please make sure you hit the like button on this video. Share it with your friends. Comment. Join the discussion. And here we go. Who are we going to start with?
All right, we're going to start off with Arrow. Very brief. And let's jump into this.
There's the reason why, guys. You all know it. Not that many people are watching Arrow, even though there's something good to connect later.
Yep. Let me put this.
The arrow. I'm very singing. I'm just trying to not die today.
That's
there you go.
Right?
I'm just like internally dying.
I hope you guys see this. So let's start off. So it turns out that Oliver retired because he wants his son to love him. So he's doing that.
A 7-Eleven?
He wants his son to love him.
He
wants his son to love him. So he quit being the Arrow, and he is back with Felicity, which that's a little bright side to it. Oh, let me move that picture out the way. So he's back with Felicity. We saw that at the end of the last season.
Right.
Then so now Diggle is the new Arrow. He's a new Arrow. He's using a crossbow because he has an injury and he can't do anything else. But
now Diggle's taking drugs though, right?
No.
Yeah, he is. He's taking like these kind of steroid things.
Well, they made this super cheap crossbow for him to be able to shoot.
Yeah, but it's because
it makes it easier for him.
It's because he has PTSD right now.
He has an injury.
No, but he also has the PTSD. That's why he was all freaking out.
It's Diggle. We're moving on. And so the next big villain is Ben from freaking Lost. He's a super hacker.
Yes!
He's a super hacker.
My God.
Does he wear glasses? Are they round and awkward?
Well, not
Circular?
round and awkward.
not round and awkward.
Not like his character on
But yeah, that's your bad guy. And then Deathstroke's back.
And he's been pulling the strings the whole
Again.
time. I love it.
Deathstroke is back again.
All right.
On the search for his son.
Yeah, on the search for his son. And today's episode, I don't give a shit. We'll talk about it next week.
But the search for his son is
according to Tom Craven, Arrow was a super filler episode.
Yep.
So just a stepping stone episode, major Z's.
I agree. I was sleeping the whole time.
But that's Arrow. Let's move on. So now let's do Legends of Tomorrow. And this one I like a little bit more, but still,
it's a fun show.
It's fun, but it's not
only
as
in the first season.
So it turns out metahumans got banned in 2021, so that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
We have a villain. She's not the biggest villain, but she's some waterbender, like metahuman. Like she literally has waterbending moves and fights like an avatar. She's kind of cool. We got a new
that Arrow shade.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry guys. Man.
We got ourselves a new member on the Legends of Tomorrow.
That's right.
And I gotta say, she's beautiful.
She's wearing.
She's hot.
She's a firebender.
Oh no! She has this totem, and like it makes her control wind.
And it's connected.
Cool.
It's connected to Vixen.
She's cute. She's pretty. I want her to have my children. Yeah, she's awesome.
That's a great
Now, the next episode. So I guess the new premises of this is gonna all revolve around this new bad guy, and also the totems.
Yeah.
Because she has a totem, and so does Vixen have a totem, and then all these other people with totems are popping up. So it seems like that's going to be...
The water one was
the new
one,
thing.
yeah.
No, she didn't have a totem. She was just a...
water,
she was
fire, heart.
Oh, okay, she just a minute.
No,
Are they going to
it's
summon
different.
Captain Planet?
Maybe, I don't know, but she's animals, and the other one's wind, and the other one I can't relate.
Carla says Victor Garber's leaving Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes, he is. That is correct. Unfortunately, Victor Garber is leaving, and they're trying to figure out a way to separate him. And it sounds like that may actually be, I'm just speculating, a way to bring Ronnie back.
He could be.
And, all right, so then last
We
week's
didn't see him
episode...
die. He died off camera.
And then last week's episode, we had an ET episode. Oh, yeah, there's another
ET phone
totem.
home?
That's another totem. Now, yes, there was an episode, an ET straight ripoff with Adam going back in time to like help save this what was it, a Dominator baby?
Yes, and he called him Bubblegum.
Why does it look like Groot?
And
It does. It literally, I think they did go ahead and set it up.
And isn't there a rule where you're not supposed to like interact with your past self?
Oh
He's
my
straight up
God!
interacting with this
He
kid.
does not care. He interacts with himself.
Adam?
Adam interacts directly with himself.
He's like,
At one point,
no
they just threw everything out of. But whatever. It was a straight up ET ripoff. They had the flying bicycles and everything.
But at the end with the whole superhero thing, that was cute.
And then they also hinted that he might be hooking up with my new baby girl, which fuck you, stay away from her.
She's got a new totem, man. She's cute.
No, I don't give a
Is
shit.
that Eleanor? Madam Eleanor?
No, Madam Eleanor is a different chick, and oh my god, I love her.
Because Tom Craven wants to know if anyone found out who Madam Eleanor is.
Like her character?
I don't know. That's just the question.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Let me wrap that back up. Another bit of news: Firestorm wants to break up. They both want to separate, so they can go back. So yeah. And another interesting thing that pissed me off: Damien Dark's back. They resurrected him.
Yeah.
Again. The name of the bad guy who they're trying to go after is called Mollis.
Yes.
I have no idea.
A big bad using magic.
We just heard his voice that came out of Madame Eleanor's mouth.
Oh. Is that this dude with the white hair in this photo?
And I'm guessing.
I've seen him before. He's in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing that this whole thing of gathering totems, they're gonna use it to bring him back because he said that he is everywhere and nowhere and
he's gone
in all time. Oh, and another bit of and the last bit of news: Rip gets fired because they snitch him out.
Yeah,
and he gets arrested.
That's the worst. He created this whole time division, and now he got fired.
And he got fired. Well, he got arrested from his own division.
Oh
so it's like, there you go. That's Legend of Tomorrow. We'll talk about Madame Eleanor and all that other shit next week.
I like that all. It's all like just
scattered. That's how you do. I spent way too much time on this, and I wanted to. So we should move on.
Okay. Move on. Are we gonna talk about Supergirl?
Yes, we are.
Supergirl. I feel like Supergirl is finally picking up steam.
Oh man!
So they had that the Faithful episode where there was a preacher who was a cult leader, and the cult of of Supergirl or of Roz or whatever the name of their god is.
It was creepy.
It was super creepy. And it plays on the idea that, Supergirl is a god to people. She's something tangible, something they can see, something they can touch, something they can worship. But it's also, I totally just completely lost my train of thought. It just went like, I don't know if you saw it, like my brain stopped. But, it's understandable, but it's also kind of like, just don't do that. Like don't worship her. You can idolize her, for lack of a better thing. You can appreciate her and everything she does, but don't try to jump out of buildings and expect her to save you, because that's just not how that works.
Yeah.
The biggest thing to come out of that episode was I want to call it a pod. Like, it was the pod that had kryptonite in it.
Yes.
And that's why Supergirl was having a hard time fighting towards the end to save them. When it fell to the ground, it opened and released a woman in a hood. Who is this woman in the hood? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
But we will find out. This week, Adrian Pastar is back this week.
Our buddy Adrian Pastar.
I will never remember what his name is on the show, but he's Adrian Pastar.
Yes.
And he is finally coming for Lena Luthor. And, because
somebody's got to, man.
For him, that's his biggest enemy. She's made an enemy out of him, and he will come for her forever. So because of the lead bomb that went off to get rid of all the Daxamites, that he's on TV at a children's, basically at St. Jude, and with children in wheelchairs and their dying, sad faces.
Oh, that was so cold.
And he's like, the lead bomb that was created by Luthor Corps. Lena Luthor, you have blood on your hands.
Andy does say that he will forever be Hero's Bay.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Andy. Definitely. Oh my God, we need to bring him down.
I'll talk. I'll shoot him a message.
He's a friend of Sarah's.
He's a busy man. He was also in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. That's right.
He's busy. He's a busy dude. So then Kara and Rain, also known as Sam, go on a hunt to clear Lena's name. Lena's already accepted the fact that she's killed all these people. Like, Wynn does a test and shows that it's less percentage-wise of how many humans it'll hurt. So she's like, it's me. I did it. I'm hurting all these kids.
Lead poison.
And it turns out, no, Adrian's doing this himself.
Dude!
Through chlorine in a pool from a company he used to own 5 years ago. But that fool still owns that company.
Yep.
She went super badass. She was like, I'm just going to shoot you. It's like, I'm just going to shoot you. That's like, you're evil. You poison kids. I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, you deserve to die.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
It's like, I got all the proof to, like, put you away, but I'm just going to kill you.
I'm just going to kill you. So
when it comes to that,
don't care.
And
then he puts her in a plane that has no pilot. And I loved his commentary the entire time, because he's like, oh yes, Lena, who's flying this plane?
Oh my God.
It was just really, really, really funny. In the end, Lena's name is cleared. Adrian is like, I'm your biggest enemy. Supergirl confronts him too, and he's like, and now I'm your enemy. So you better kill me, or I'm coming for you.
Ooh.
Oh, something I forgot about the cult leader. The cult leader also knows Kara is Supergirl, FYI. So whether that's going to come back later, I don't know. But Adrian Pastar does it.
He showed at the end of the episode a pod, right?
Yeah.
Or was it a pod, or was it?
It was a pod filled with kryptonite that also had stuff in the back of it when you opened it. But it released a woman in a hood. And we don't know who that is.
And see, I wonder, is she going to be connected?
And the guy looks creepy as hell. Look at him.
And they did say that the crossover and everything is going to really stem from Supergirl, and then
so Adrian
move over.
That character.
So it could be Adrian Pastar, but it could be that.
What is his name?
Hood.
I really feel like
if
I
it
need
is
to
the hooded,
actually say who it
if it is the hooded character, I wonder, are they playing with a little bit of what we used for Flashpoint in the comics? In Flashpoint in the comics, I forgot what the character's name was. Pandora, and she was a hooded character, and you'd see her around in so many different spots. And then ultimately, they kind of made it where it's
that would make sense if she came out of the pod. That's kind of like Pandora's box.
Yeah. So they're saying pretty much like, if that's the case, that's some of the speculation that a lot of people are saying. Are they going the Pandora route? But later, of course, we found out in the comics that it was really Dr. Manhattan. But still, if we're going with that, and that's how in 52 and everything else happens, could this be the case for this?
Possibly.
So that would be interesting. Because
we don't know who she is. She just came out of the pod.
See, I would love to know. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Just asking questions.
Surprise, surprise, Maggie and Alex break up over the kids issue.
Called it.
Like, we
Called it.
all knew. And something you had said to me was, you're like, she's a woman. They could talk it out.
Literally, they can't. The one time when I am looking and I am like, yes, please, the future is feminine. This is where it comes to that moment where I'm like, logic is going to reign over supreme. No.
You know they're probably going to get back together, right?
Wait.
Well, the thing is, she said they've been talking about it for days.
Yeah.
It's not that they haven't been talking about it, but neither one of them are going to change their stance. Even when they're saying their goodbyes when they're laying in bed together, she's like, I wish I could change. She's like, this is something that Alex is like, this is something in my core. It's who I am. It's who I've always known I was going to be. I wish I could change it about myself. And Maggie goes, I wish you could too.
If I could say something.
I'm sorry. She could have said, I wish I could have changed my stance. And she doesn't. She goes, yeah, I wish you could change that about yourself.
So selfish.
That
is savage.
That's savage and so mean.
Like,
oh my God. Seriously.
out.
Oh, well, I guess the relationship is over. That would have been it. But my thing is just like, okay, what happened? Why couldn't you guys get to that level where it's like that upper echelon of thinking where it's like, okay, you know what? Yes, I understand you don't want to have a kid, but you realize you don't want to have kids because you don't want to be what your dad was, which is a horrible person. Well, then...
Is there more to that? Did I miss something?
They're hard-headed.
I don't get
Well, yeah,
that.
but I'm just saying, like, Maggie's whole reason for not wanting kids is her own family upbringing, right?
Yep.
Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to try and break the cycle?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Like, I feel like
I don't know.
missing
I was upset.
not to say like people can make their own decisions. Some people don't want kids. Some women, surprise, don't want kids.
Look at like
And that's
from Legends of Tomorrow, the professor. He didn't want kids. Never had kids whatsoever until his daughter came through an aberration.
True.
He was like, shit, I didn't want a kid because I thought I was going to be like my father and have that messed up upbringing. But hey, guess what? I have a kid and I have all these memories. Guess what? I'm happy I have a kid. And I got a grandkid now.
And that's what I was going to point out. I was going to say the whole thing about why can't they take a lesson from him?
Well, they have a time-traveling machine that
but
the
thing is, he didn't want a kid, but then again, when he has a kid, he realizes, oh my God, you know what? It's just naturally in me. It's nature versus nurture, and yet it works together, and it's going to happen. Why can't they realize the same? I just feel that it's horrible,
crossover.
and it's like, you
Maggie
guys
will
are...
be in the crossover, and she'll have a chat with Victor.
She's like,
Oh my God, no! I just hope they can.
Probably.
I mean, come on.
I mean, like they're gonna get back together somehow in some way,
it's
and like
it's unfair.
And if
for
they
me.
don't, that's okay too. People break up and move on and have other relationships.
Usually a relationship usually lasts at least longer than a season. Usually, when it's like a character in her position.
Patty was 5 episodes.
Patty was a different story though.
I'm just saying.
Patty's coming back.
You
know she is.
Patty's never coming back.
You know she's coming back.
She's
gonna pop out as a speedster in the middle of the wedding and be like, "Yo, Crisis on Infinite Earth. This wedding is over, bitch."
Hold on, Andy B says they had to end it since Floriana Lima, who plays Maggie, decided to leave the show as a series regular. So I wouldn't expect them to get together again.
Yeah, I know.
And that's totally fine.
I know, but
they can always recast her.
They're not going to recast her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the fact that everyone does. Well, they're not going to do that for her because that whole thing about the question of, well, is an actor bigger than their character? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they would do it for her because that's just like people would be like, nope, I'm taken out of it.
I agree.
I'm taken out of it. I couldn't see just someone else.
That people in relationships happen in your life. They're in your life for reasons and seasons, and
there you go.
They listed off all the reasons why they were so good for each other, and now why it's okay to part. Maggie talks about how you made me confront my past and made me see things like face things that I didn't want to.
True.
Alex talks about how she helped her accept who she really was.
Yes.
And so they were there for those reasons, and that could be all the reasons they were supposed to be in each other's lives to begin with.
Okay, all right.
It's possible. Now, the storyline that is taking its sweet-ass time is the Rain storyline. Now, I like that she's kind of become a part of the group.
We got a long road ahead of season finale, so we don't want to throw Rain in there right away.
For sure, but I'm just kind of like, we'll trickle her. It's like, it's less than a trickle. It's literally like a drip.
Well, I mean, we get little by little of everything. I mean, look how long it took us to find out Avatar, and we were like grinding our teeth trying to figure that out. And like, I mean, at least now we know that it's nothing in her head. Like she got shot, and there is nothing
wrong
with
her.
Nothing wrong.
You know, and she in the episode before, in the Faithful episode, she had that the episode, in a mental thing happened in the bathroom where she like closed the door and she had all those symbols all over her body, and then she turned to look and it was like a demon woman coming at her, and she's like cowering on the bathroom floor. So things are starting to wake up. Yeah. Things are happening. Like, yeah, she got shot when that woman tried to kill Lena, and nothing. She didn't even notice until her daughter pointed out that she had a hole in her shirt. Yeah. And she was like, "What the dude? I don't even know."
And then she walked out later.
She's like, I don't know what's going on with me.
I find it funny how the bullet didn't fall out until she kind of
shook the shirt. There was a lot going on that day.
Checked the pockets.
Well, dude, it's like, it kind of, you saw that shirt. It was like silk or something, so.
No, but she shook the sweater and the bullet fell out.
Oh, well, yeah.
But it must have penetrated the undershirt first. Well, so it should have been on the undershirt and not in the sweater.
In the sweater? Yeah, well, hey, bullets bounce.
Yeah, I don't know.
When a bullet bounces off of something, you don't know.
So we're slowly getting more of her, and then the preview for next week just disappoints me more. Like, because now, Kara goes and finds Alex at the bar. She's like, you always told me that if I lost Maggie, I'd be at a bar and I'd be destroyed, and you're right. So now they're gonna go home and relive some origin Kara story.
Yeah.
That I hope has some significance to it, but right now I don't think it will.
Oh my god, and just home videos. That's all it is. It's so stupid.
It's really I'm like, why are we doing this? There has to be a point. And
Didn't they say that somebody has a secret? And that everybody has a secret?
Everybody
the mom is supposed to have a secret?
Well, the mom has a secret. She's a world ender or whatever.
A world ender, for Rain, like
Rain's, and then, Kara, Supergirl, and then what's her name's secret was that, she works for the DOA or whatever.
She's a lesbian?
Blah, blah. That was really isn't a secret.
The mom is a lesbian?
She lives her truth.
she
lives her truth, and that's not a secret.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
Wait, where is the dad right now?
Oh yeah, huh? He's a bad guy essentially. Remember, he ran off with.
Tom Craven wants to know if anyone saw the article about them casting Brainiac 5 for Supergirl.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Jesse Rath has been cast. I didn't give you a picture of this. Sorry, Ernie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Has been cast as Brainiac 5. I don't know much about him. Do you?
I believe, if I'm right, Brainiac 5.
I can read it off of this.
Yeah, you may have to. But Brainiac 5, I think, is from the future. He's supposed to be good, actually, part of the Legion of Heroes or something.
He's half computer, half organic life, and boasting a 12-level intellect. Brainiac 5 is a member of the Legion of Superheroes who travels to National City from the 31st century to help Supergirl and the DEO battle Rain.
There you go.
So when Rain fully happens in 15 episodes from now,
we'll see Brainiac 5. But the thing is, the only thing that's holding Rain down right now is that her daughter is there.
You think?
Are they going to kill her daughter?
They could kill her daughter, and that could be the trigger. Hello, Don Juan.
That could be the thing. If they kill, hey, what's up? Shout out to you, Don Juan. I guess with that, your thoughts, ideas, anything?
No.
No.
Right.
I'm just waiting for
We're all waiting for everything.
Yeah.
For every single show.
Let's start off with the Flash.
I feel like it had so much momentum with these last 2 episodes, and now it's going to come to a screeching halt.
Oh boy, that's not going to be fun at all. That's not. But let's start off with the Flash. We missed a week, so we're going to cover last week's episode. Last week's episode, really quick, really short, really simple. Danny Trejo showed up, and he's what's her name's father? Gypsy's father. Gypsy's real name is what?
Cynthia.
Yes, and her father's name is Josh.
Josh,
which is weird.
Josh, just so simple.
He's Josh. Yeah, but he's a breacher. Congratulations, it's pretty cool. That's actually his name. Is breacher also.
Just straight to the point.
Exactly.
That's what I am. I'm a breacher.
I love that he hunted Cisco.
Oh, that was so good. He told Cisco sitting there inside the coffee shop.
I'm gonna hunt you. 10. And they keep talking 8. Are you counting down?
Are you counting down? I love how he also pointed out the flaws in the place that I have pointed out before, which is there's no security there at Star Labs.
Said it too. She's like, the door doesn't lock. There's no alarm system.
Nothing. And they won't do anything about it. It makes no sense.
They're not.
I think they just made it into a running joke because they find it funny, and they find it funny how the audience is annoyed by it.
Which we should be. I mean, dear God.
No, but that's the only way to keep the plot going. But hey, so who should we have burst into the laboratory today?
So silly.
Well, and then we also got our origin story for Elongated Man.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
This episode.
That was pretty cool.
I thought it was so fun.
I really did enjoy it. Just the origin story of Elongated Man was pretty interesting from what we are accustomed to in the comics.
Which I know nothing about.
See, and that's the thing. Elongated Man, I'm a fan of Elongated Man because he is a detective. Yes, he happens to have stretching powers, but he's a detective. And the thing is, he is probably one of the best detectives you'll ever have the chance of meeting.
Well, this Elongated Man isn't
Bruce Wayne, yes, they give him the nickname Detective, but Elongated Man was actually a cop.
He's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, but Elongated Man...
But this Elongated Man is a good
world's
detective.
Greatest detective.
Yeah. This is the... my God, am I talking to both of you at once? I hate you.
This Elongated Man is a great detective. He's like, he was supposed to be top of the force, and then he, did the bad thing.
Well,
and then that's what he left and became a private eye. That doesn't make him a bad detective. He's a great detective.
The thing is, the bad thing that he did ultimately was planting evidence. And the reason he planted the evidence because he's such a good detective. He knew that the husband did indeed kill his wife, but they didn't have the evidence to go ahead and show it. So what did they do? He had to plant the evidence.
We're just believing him that he said that he knew that.
Because he's that good of a detective.
We're just assuming he's that good. He just straight up there. We're just gonna trust him when he says it. He's
not the world's greatest detective, but he is a really, really good detective.
And he's like, oh, so I just knew he was guilty. But where's your proof?
He's Central City's best detective.
The thing is, he had proof, but not like tangible proof.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't have the physical evidence to follow up what he knew.
It's circumstantial. That was it. He just needed that particular stuff.
Because you can have someone walk up to you, not in a court, not like an interrogation room, just be like, yeah, I stabbed him 6 times. So I confess to you, but you have no evidence to prove what I said.
Okay, I'll give you that.
She's right.
Okay, I'll give you that.
She's right.
I'll give you that.
And then you're like, I know they did it. I was like, yeah, I did it. I laughed the whole time. What? And then I tell you more details that I shouldn't know unless I did it. You know what I mean?
That's true, but then still though, it's like, to cops, it's really bad to plant.
Oh yeah,
even if it's for the right cause.
Yes, absolutely. And Barry, I really liked Barry's.
So I take Barry's side.
Journey a little bit on this. That he realized he does the same thing. He's like, I put people away with no trial. We judge people. We don't plant things, but we don't follow the rule of the law. And for the better good. And that's what he had done by planting the knife. Was for the better good.
Yeah.
And so he realized that they had a common thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, I consider Barry to not be human, so he doesn't have to go down to human law.
Yeah.
True.
He's above the law because he's not human.
But, well, he's a meta-human. He's above. But, so with that, the only thing I would want to point out in that episode was that we saw a few little things that may be big things later, like we always do in every season.
Yeah.
Elongated Man, bulletproof.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's going to be important later, most likely, because somehow someone's going to come close to dying, and boom, we'll find out because he's bulletproof. All of a sudden, somehow he's not going to die. Just like how we had the little face manipulator thing from Wells, and then it was like, oh, that's just a throwaway thing. Then later, sure enough, it happened to be one of the most important things. I'm telling you guys, pay attention to that. Dibney being bulletproof may help us somehow. Who knows?
Carlos says, I like how he told Barry the Thinker's name. Yes.
I love that. Oh, and then saying it, DeVoe again actually gave him that whole recollection of every person who said it before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just like now putting it all together. Oh, DeVoe is the guy that made all this happen.
And even Savitar Barry said, he's like, this is where we came up with the brain
dampener or something. And it was like, okay, so now he remembers. He's going to hold on to that. So that's going to be good. Okay, that's going to be good. But. From there, that's what we got from last week's episode. Now moving into this week's episode, Girls' Night Out. And it definitely was.
Bachelor party. Bachelorette. Bachelor party.
Ladies, love it.
Filler fun.
Well, see, you say that, but I feel that there was some good moments in here. That's why I'm wearing the light up kind of thing, just because it's like I'm like pretty much at a bachelor party.
Tom Craven says, "Dude, Ernie Elongated Man is by far one of the best detectives."
I didn't say he wasn't.
I'm
not saying, but he said next to Batman.
Thank you, Tom.
Still, Batman's better.
Larry Newbo.
Batman's only better.
He has a title that says World's Greatest Detective.
The only reason he's the world's greatest detective is because he had the money to go ahead and do all the stuff, like his crime scene analysis thing, where you have Dibney who has to do it just literally off the eye, the nose, and the ear. That man is amazing. That's all I'm saying.
Larry Newbo
at least not in this
likes how
universe.
Cisco and HW are getting along. so well.
Oh yeah.
Also, continue into this week's
but
episode.
Once again, as you've seen in the picture, it's girls' night. It's where the girls get together. Felicity did show up. Did you have that one or no?
Yeah, it's up. Felicity. Boop boop.
Oh, well, anyway. So Felicity shows up, and this is one of the coolest moments because Felicity gets in, drops a few drops a few Easter eggs, things about like the wedding and everything like that. And last time
they're back
tried to get married. They're back together. When we tried to get married, there was the whole worry or issue concerning, somebody got hit with an arrow, and that's from like an episode way back where she even dressed up, like they were gonna get married, her and Oliver, as to fake out.
Yeah, it was a fake. It was a fake one to try to get the assassin to come out.
Yeah, exactly. Cupid or whatever her name is. So yeah, that did happen. And moving on, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about points and things that are important that we should go ahead and pay attention to and remember. Okay. So along with that, we had a moment with Caitlin, and with Caitlin, we had a moment where she was seen purchasing tickets. You'll see right on her computer screen, she's looking to go ahead and buy tickets. And cool thing about it, one thing a lot of people probably didn't pay attention to, an Easter egg, Ferris Air. Ferris is a big thing. Ferris is pretty much, it's the airline or airplane company that the Green Lantern flies for. And later he becomes the Green Lantern due to it. So Ferris still existing in this world is always cool. But the reason that Caitlin bought the ticket was because she said she's going to travel over somewhere. I forgot where it is. I can't even see on there.
It doesn't even say.
A3, blah, blah. Well, she's traveling somewhere because she knows another person that can breach her into another world. And the thing is, we know all the breachers.
We know 2 breachers.
Well, apparently we're supposed to know all the breachers that
There's
are around.
3. Oh, Cisco.
They're them, and then they're speedsters. You know?
Yeah.
So then with that, it's like, wait a minute. So you guys just drop something and let us know that there are other breachers that we don't know about, or someone that has. Well, on this Earth, and that's a problem because we're supposed to know all the breachers that are on this Earth.
Well,
we have Gypsy, we have Cisco, and of course we have the speedsters. We have the speedsters, and then we have Breacher who showed up, and then we have that breaching machine that they have there in the in their facility in Star Labs.
The one with no locks that anybody can walk into.
That possibly, sorry, I just snorted right there. Possibly someone stole and took it where she's gonna go. That could be the case, but. Guys' night out, girls' night out, they go and they have a lot of fun. One thing that was interesting, of course, is Barry. Barry, we got to see drunk Barry.
I know, it doesn't
and that
happen for
was
him.
so cool because with him being drunk, he got to run around and yell, "I'm the Flash!" for everything, dropping little hints every moment he got, telling us and reminding us that he's the Flash. He was like, I don't know, that time's gonna run out. I'm the Flash! He'd do that over and over, and people were just like, oh, he's drunk.
They thought it was
funny. And I love how Cisco made that.
And some people were actually worried, but like he's actually yelling his identity.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
So
he was more worried.
No one's gonna believe him.
He was more worried that he gave his friend alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, exactly. Cisco was freaked out because of it. No, I understand. And I don't.
I love how he said, "Don't worry, get drunk." It's like I'm the designated hero for tonight.
Oh my god, I love that. How they played along.
But then they didn't have their phones, and then they didn't. He's a designated hero, yet he doesn't keep his phone.
They weren't allowed to bring the phone.
They weren't allowed to bring the phone.
No, but then he should have been like, "Oh, I just said I'll be designated hero. Maybe I should do something to try to keep my phone."
But that also made it very convenient so that this way the guys wouldn't be the one to take down our meta that we had this week. And our meta that we had this week was definitely someone that was very interesting. Starbuck, definitely. She's pretty cool. I mean, it's Blacksmith, aka Blacksmith, but Ard, God, I'm probably gonna have a problem saying her name too. Ard, is it like?
Her real name?
Yeah, it's
Ammunette Black.
Ammunette Black. That's what ammunette, like ammunition. So she carried around a bucket of shrapnel. Like in the comic,
it like straight up reminded me of Big Hero 6.
Yeah, right. With the little tiny little like nano things. But you see it right there in the picture. You see the live action her versus the comic her. The thing that makes her different in the comic is that it's her whole body that actually has a connection of like inorganic and organic material. It's a perfect marriage of them, and that's what she is. So pretty much her whole body is metal, and she can kind of change between the two. But yes, Katie Sackhoff. Cool thing about it, one, she's not British. So that accent was interesting. And the only reason she did choose the accent, a lot of people are asking and wondering, is because the character in the comic, actually right now in the current run, is British. So that's why she happened to make sure she had the British accent. So that makes it pretty cool. I did love seeing Katie Sackhoff. I love Katie Sackhoff.
Me too.
Come on. I mean, my name, Battlestar Galactica, came from Battlestar, you know, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I like
so
her
that's
also.
why, yeah, exactly. So it was pretty cool. We did run into a little bit of an issue as far as, when it came to finding an Inhuman, not Inhuman, I'm sorry. God, I'm going on Marvel. Finding a meta.
Like,
we actually ran into the Weeper. That's the name of the meta that we had this week. And the problem with the Weeper is that they made him a meta. In the comics, the Weeper is not a meta. Oh, I don't have the picture?
It's not in there.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, it's cool. Now, the Weeper, the thing about him was that he would cry these tears that they would literally huff sniff. So
he was a walking cocaine machine.
He literally was a walking cocaine factory. And the thing is, because it mixes with your chemistry and makes you kind of happy, blah, blah, yada, yada.
You said it was like love?
Yeah, it's like love. It's like concentrated love and blah, blah, and all this stuff.
I was like,
so it kind of mixes in. Oh, man, it's beyond that. It's beyond that.
It reminded me of that episode of South Park where it's like your tears. It's your tears.
Oh, yeah.
It tastes so good. They're so salty.
But the thing about the Weeper, which is interesting, they turned him into a meta. In the comics, he wasn't a meta. First time his origin ever happened was something where he was kind of tied in with the Joker. And the Joker would always like kind of torment him in a way.
So he's from the comics?
Yes.
And he was called the Weeper?
The Weeper.
Remember when we had this breakdown? We were like, "Who is that?
Who is that?" Right? And there it is.
He's a possible recurring, so he might.
He may come back. We see him later at the end of the episode. But beyond that, the reason why, once again, like I said, the guys were the reason the guys weren't there to still be heroes is because even after they happened to do their own business, they became too belligerent and started a fight. Inside of the Golden Booty. Shout out to the Golden Booty. Gosh, it's a place that actually does exist in DC Comics.
Really?
So that's what makes it amazing. The Golden Booty.
That's
my God, but I think it's in Bloodhaven, which is interesting. So still, the Golden Booty does happen. And because of that, they end up washed out and in jail. Which was so good. The best part, shout out to the extra, the dude that was sitting there sleeping on Cisco. That guy passed out over there on Cisco was so good because I couldn't.
The only thing was missing was a piss stain.
Yeah, that's all.
That's the only thing he was missing.
I loved it so much. But with that, I mean, we still saw a lot of things in character development for Dibney, which is pissing me off. It's making Dibney such a horrible person. We saw that he's like a frequent customer of the Golden Booty.
Yeah, he has his own little like.
Yeah, he had a plaque which the dude broke and was so ready to beat the crap out of him for. Like, I've been waiting to do this. Really, you've been waiting to break my picture? Like, my dude, get over yourself. Like, on top of that. But the guy was so ready to go ahead and break the picture and fight Dibney. And Dibney was ready to go. Tackled him, speared him, started beating him up. It was good. I loved it. I enjoyed that moment. It's a comedy that was great for me. Yeah. So I really definitely enjoyed it.
I like when they got bailed. That's like,
oh my God.
Well, saying, I'll be like, I'll take that one.
I'll take that one.
And then he's walking out, and he's like, hey.
Oh yeah, and that one too.
The fourth one too.
Well, because Dibney is now part of the team, so bringing him in was pretty cool. One bad thing that happened at the club was unfortunately finding out that Cecile's daughter is a stripper.
Is a stripper.
Oh,
and what was her excuse again? Like she said, she was researching.
She's writing a book about the female experience.
Yeah.
So why is the female experience? Why is the female experience so brought into the whole thing of being a stripper? Really? Is that the female experience?
It's one of them. It's a female experience.
But it's not every female's experience.
No, I think she's experiencing it more than just one thing at a time.
I just felt it was throwaway to make her relevant, and they were like, let's make her a stripper. And then I got kind of, and honestly, I guess this is where I'm getting upset.
Didn't she admit that like she was doing it for the wrong reasons?
Well, no. She was doing it for the writing thing, but it was just...
Was it? Because like I remember her saying it was like, now I realize I wasn't doing
it for the right... Yeah,
I wasn't doing it for the...
Because she wasn't making money.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, and I don't know, maybe I'm gonna get on soapbox in a moment.
Here you go.
But
Let's
it's
do
the thing.
it. You're
the thing
ready.
the thing that made it upsetting for me is like, okay, here we go. Well, a minority that actually has a moment to be something that could be important, could be impactful, and she's a female, so it's a double minority,
right?
You know? And what do? Let's make her a stripper. Yes, she's a writer, but let's make her a stripper. And it was just like, thank you, guys.
Look,
I love the CW for being so progressive, and here you do something that pisses me off for a moment. But once again, she even said she realized she was doing it for the wrong reasons, and she's not really doing it to like pay off her school or blah blah blah.
Right.
And she was getting away from it. So I guess let's let it roll. It was just a horrible way for us to make her relevant in the show, in my opinion.
Remember, even doctors had to get through med school.
I mean, is
okay? All right. And then, of course, we did have a pretty good fight. And I loved it. I loved it. We did have the fight to get everybody out and still go through it all. We got to see some new power sets when it came to Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. The one power set that was really dope was freeze breath, but the one that I know that showed how cool she is, the ice dome.
That was rad.
The ice dome to protect them from the bullets.
Awesome.
Come on, man. She was able to and made it and it stayed as a full structure on its own. That was so dope.
That was
and
super
the thing is,
dope.
what they're pointing out to us is just to let us know that ultimately Caitlyn is going to have to really max out her powers because she's going to be full on Killer Frost for the crossover. So with that being the case,
but she seems to be able to control Killer Frost.
And that was one of the coolest parts.
I wouldn't call it control. I would call it more of
shared
like
existence.
Yes. It's like they kind of like agreed with each other.
Existence in a way.
Well, because it's kind of like, and that's why they made the Hulk references earlier.
Yes.
Where she was like, "Oh wow, you get upset, and then this happens, blah blah," and the Hulk kind of knows but doesn't know what Banner does, and Banner kind of knows and doesn't know. It's like Caitlyn and Frost, the same thing. It's Jekyll and Hyde. But the thing is with it that was pretty cool was that she was able to turn it on and turn it off, and that's where it's like that shared existence. Because when she walked in the room, because remember she just got beat up and she couldn't be Killer Frost because you have to be awake for it, I guess.
Carlos's favorite part was when she said, "I hate pink."
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, that wasn't exactly the full thing. His favorite part was that I hate pink, and then stripped. Stripped because that was my favorite part.
Andy B says when she shouted ice out of her throat, she literally became Ice Canary.
Yeah, that's right. That's literally it. Oh my God, so true. Yeah. So freaking true. But I mean, I gotta say, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen as far as bringing everyone together for it. We did get to see once again that she is able to kind of control it. I love her line of I could have made you a god, and she goes, I've worked with a god. It's overrated. Or something she said to that nature, and I was like, oh yes, give me that. I love it. Oh, it was so good. But looking forward to what's going to happen on The Flash was pretty good, and our button scene was, of course, with DeVoe, the Thinker, telling the Weeper, I'm not done with you, and then he said something very important. I made you.
Yeah.
Which we already knew he orchestrated. He
orchestrated the whole entire
But now it sounds so much more like I'm not just orchestrating. I am literally the architect of your future. No. All these people and
like their powers are specific in a way.
Exactly.
Where they somehow all have to connect the way. How does a rubber guy, a guy who like cries cocaine tears, a lucky chick, and what was the other Well, Kilgore,
the computer.
Look at the breakdowns real quick. Look at the breakdowns real quick that we put out because we did have other people that
the new breakdowns.
We haven't
12.
seen yet.
So there's 12 people.
There's 12 people.
We've seen how many so far? 1, 2, 3, 5?
I think about 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
4 or 5, but we had exclusive breakdowns that we pretty much broke a story for you guys. And the cool thing about it is, out of some of them, ones that haven't shown up yet, but we know about their powers.
Joining the Flash.
There you go, the one with the brain thing.
Yeah. So this guy we have first up is Dominic Lance. If you didn't see this video, make sure you go to YouTube and
check it out on that hashtag show.
Dominic Lance is male, late 20s to late 30s, African American, a gregarious and good-natured metahuman who has the ability to read minds. His gift became a curse when criminal forces captured Dominic and want him to use his power for evil. Think a young Sterling K. Brown type.
So with that, the interesting thing is like his whole origin, that whole being like just, okay, I don't want to be bad, but I have to be, you know? And I'm interested to see when he's going to show up.
Oh, it's the brother, the guy from This Is Us.
Yeah, This Is Us. And then there's one more that we did do,
this is Neil. 30s to 40s, open ethnicity. Neil is a blue-collar, likable, good guy just trying to make ends meet. But unbeknownst to him, he has radiation-emitting meta powers that could cause the whole city to suffer a nuclear catastrophic explosion.
Like in Heroes?
Yep. Neil is unaware that he is hurting people. Think Martin Freeman on The Office. Performer must be bald. Possible recurring guest star. And we think this is Neil Borman or Fallout.
Which is interesting if they actually use him close to the end. He can be the master plan or the master sweep that what's his name DeVoe or the Thinker is looking to use, because ultimately in the comic, if you read Jeff Johns' run, the Thinker does this whole thing where he tries to make it kind of like the Matrix, a digital world, and that's where everything will be perfect.
Digital monsters, digital.
So that's what he's looking to do, and with that being the case, I don't know how exact that may be, and it may be using Fallout to somehow like destroy the city and then have to upload everyone's consciousness into his matrix. That could be the case.
So he basically created all these people with special powers so he can pull off the most amazing, craziest heist ever.
Oh God! Yes.
A heist that's gonna like snatch like.
No, like Snatch, like Oceans, man. Snatch isn't like Snatch isn't really a heist. It's a gangster. It's a gangster kind of. It's a British gangster.
It's a gangster's paradise.
So what are we gonna call this?
Gangster.
Are we gonna call this?
It's Oceans.
Thinkers 12.
Thinkers 12.
I love it. It's Thinkers 12.
That's it. That's what it is. Thinkers 12. It's like Oceans 11,
12.
But he gets all these people together to do like the ultimate heist.
The ultimate heist. I mean, we have a lucky girl. We have a lucky girl who was already like breaking into banks. Then we have a hacker.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
We have the drug addict.
That's it. Thinkers 12, guys. Make that a hashtag. That could be like the thing, like Ocean's 11, Thinkers 12. That could be the next thing. But that's it with all of my breakdown concerning stuff on The Flash. I just wanted to point out things that I thought were important.
What's happening next week?
Next week, Disney's getting a suit. And it seems like possibly with the suit, when they look like they're going to do trial and error and mess it up. They're finally probably going to give him the classic red and black suit or red and dark blue suit that we do see in the comics. And then with that, he'll probably finally get his actual elongated man name. They did throw out Plastic Man, and unfortunately, no one liked it. And they were like, no, that's stupid. Plastic Man does already exist in the DC
universe. That's why
universe.
Cisco does the names.
Yeah, exactly. And he does exist in the universe anyway. But they may actually give him the classic
suit.
The purple suit, yeah, true. But then when they changed it to that black and red thing and they kept it, I'd love to see him in it when it was in Identity Crisis. That was so good. One of the best comics you guys will ever read. I promise you. I will actually try to figure out, buy you guys your own copies, and you guys will read it and then tell me how you like it.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, the best.
Yeah, Identity Crisis is
best
probably
DC,
one of the best
best
story.
Marvel, best,
oh my God,
best overall.
Best DC comic ever.
Because I love Long Halloween, and that's like
dude, okay,
that's like
you love Long Halloween because it was a detective story,
a real detective,
right? Okay,
really
on this we get a detective story. We also get a whole thing where it spotlights smaller characters in DC, but in a way where you're like, damn, this is really good, and it does the whole thing of like, who watches the Watchmen? That question, but it's not the Watchmen. It's who watches the people in the Watchtower, I guess, in a better way where it's the heroes, the lesser heroes, asking that about the godlike characters and what makes them someone that, what makes you judge, jury, and executioner for the things that you do, and when does anyone get to judge you for what you do? And they do something to a very pivotal character, Batman, and it's in a way where you're like,
it would be
what? Oh Batman. My! Literally to this day, I read that comic and I'm, what? And it stays in continuity forever in canon what they did to him. So it's very interesting. I definitely suggest reading it. I didn't mean to give you a shout out for that comic, but definitely, guys, take a moment, read it. It's a great comic. Cool. And that's it for Flash. I'm sorry, that's it. I ran long.
Flash finally picked up steam too. I thought these last 2 episodes of The Flash were the best that they've been the whole season.
Yeah, that's true.
But we've only had 5.
Yeah,
right.
True,
but the first 3 are really slow and kind of bad.
Yeah,
no Barry.
It picked up a little.
Like their premiere was really weak. Yeah, and then like slowly. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But that's usually how it always does work in The Flash. We get a slow burn, and then after that, when it starts, when it ignites. It ignites, it's gone.
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith, who also produced one of the episodes of Supergirl.
Yeah,
right?
the last one that aired.
Produced or directed?
Directed.
Yeah, he. I think he put a tweet out where he said that they told him what the season for Flash was going.
Yeah.
And that he is excited and happy to be alive, to be able to, and hope that he's still alive, so he can see the whole entire season.
Yeah.
So they must be planning something big if like Kevin Smith's excited.
Well, man, I mean, I know
or they paid him a lot to do that tweet.
We're getting, of course, Reverse Flash for the crossover and things like that. And we're supposed to have repercussions that are going to go from the crossover into everyone's story, but in different ways. So that's going to be interesting. That usually always happens.
What about that other speedster from the other Earth? Don't that was like
Jesse Quick.
Jesse Quick's one.
The blue one that we don't. They'll probably save him for the end of this season to bring in more speedsters next season.
Yep. Because they were like, look, one season without them, we need them back. And you're like, no, you don't. But yeah, we do.
Because they got rid of all their speedsters. Jesse doesn't want to come back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wally left town.
Conveniently. So yeah, I mean, thank God he did.
He got rid of a bunch of speedsters.
That hair can take. But yeah, with that, I mean, that's it for us here at the Watchtower. We got to break it down, and it was good. And we did it in a good time, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. We put a bunch about an hour. I think. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're
well,
good.
hey.
We're good.
Look at us. Look at us. We did it. Oh my God, it's possible. Okay. Well, what do we want to say?
Make
goodbye?
sure you like this video. Like it. Thumbs up this video if you had a good time. Make sure to comment if you're watching this not live. Comment below. Let us know what you thought about the shows. We will hit you back and we'll read them next week.
Yes. Trust me, you want to have your comments read. Go ahead. If you guys have any theories, share them. That's it. That's all.
But we love theories.
Yeah,
I throw some weird ones out that just don't make any sense.
In fact, what I love to call the theories here, and this is something, it's a deep cut, but I like to call them boom tubes. I like to call them boom tube theories. Because the thing is like pipe dreams or...
You remember we used to do WAFs?
Yeah, waste of Flash's freaking time.
Oh, those are good days.
See, I'm such a genius, man. I'm an idea.
Those are some good days.
We will have more exclusive breakdowns coming out that we have for this season. We can't tell you them now.
And you'll only get them here.
You'll only get them here on the Watchtower and that hashtag show.
That's right. So with that, Sarah, once again, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media at Rogue-tastic, Rogue the X-Man and Fantastic put together. I do Gingerdale every Wednesday if you're a fan of the show Riverdale, which is also on the CW, and I do the Watchtower. And I'm jumping in every once in a while for the bibbity-bobbity news.
And you can find me here, that hashtag show. Just check out that hashtag show. That's where you'll find me. Battlestar Black on social media, on Twitter. That hashtag BSG. But once again, hashtag share, like, subscribe. Ernie?
Yo, I'm The Journey on all social media. Tomorrow is the season finale of Anime Super Chat. So me and are going to be going down to Little Tokyo. We're going to hit up a ramen shop, post up the camera live stream, and just talk about just food and anime.
I like it.
All of the stuff that makes you hungry. Yeah, we're going to talk about our favorite foods, favorite Japanese foods.
You can always show up.
I have a wedding. I can't.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
I know, otherwise I would pop in.
And then you can also find me on here. And then when I'm not on here, you can find me on Twitch under _Journey.
Boom.
Boom. Nailed it.
That's it. So once again, guys, thank you for watching the Watchtower, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You want to subscribe so you can keep up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Stay sexy. Don't get murdered.
Yes. I think that's
I'm just stealing the sign-off tag.
Murder. I hope they're not hearing this. They probably are hearing this.
Stay sexy and don't get murdered. I love that. That's going to be the answer from now on.
Let's just turn this off.
Well, we should turn that off.